as cliche as this may sound, please stop taking life so seriously. You know, you may be like, what is this dude talking about? You have to be serious if you want to attain goals. If you want to make it big in this life, you have to work hard. And absolutely you do. But there comes this piece, you know, when you do stop taking things so literal. When you take emotion out of the thought process, out of the instinct. You're not using impulsive reactions. And you can actually take a second, gather yourself, and be like, do I have to respond in a certain way to this person? Do I have to respond negatively to this situation? Is it really as bad as I think it is? I have a little notebook here, man. I'm not perfect. I needed direction for where I wanted this video to go. So number one, the easiest way to take emotion out of the thought process and to stop thinking so instinctively is to have a deeply rooted understanding of yourself. Because when you know yourself deep down to the bone, the nitty gritty, and someone tries to take shots at you, it's not going to feel so personal when you know it's not true. There's no need to defend yourself. You don't have to say, that's not what I do, that's not me. You don't know me. Because you know yourself deep enough to the point that the outside noise doesn't really affect you. It genuinely doesn't bother you. Because I used to always believe that I didn't care what people thought, but it hurt me deep down. It really did. And it was tough to look at those hate comments when I was trying to do good. I was like, how am I going to put so much passion and effort into this and someone's going to say something so negative? But at the end of the day, you cannot please everybody. And you have to understand that these people are negatively affected themselves. They don't see the actual value of their life in this world, in the moment, and so they take it out on someone who does. You know, you're creating a documentary, is what I say to myself, that your life is up to you to decide, right? And every action you take is documented, and you can't control people's perceptions of what you've done in your life. You can't control what people are going to say, what they're going to do, but you can control what you do, and you can kind of control the perception that they can have. You know, if you continue to be a good person day in and day out, you make the right choices, you're never going to be seen as a bad person. But if people only know you for your past, they're going to use it over your head. They're going to hold it against you. So try not to stress about the wrongdoings that you've done in the past. You know, not to let them weigh you down, because you can change. You have to move on. You have to be a different person in order to change. You know, people always want to say you have to change to become a different person. You have to be a different person to change. The actions that the decisions you make directly reflect the decisions you make. The decisions you make directly reflect the life you're currently living. And if you look at me, man, I'm driving a Toyota Avalon. It's my 4th year I've had it. It's a 2006. And I always said I'm going to be rich by this time, I'm going to do all these things, but I continued to live in the same mindset. I continued to have the self-doubt that didn't allow me to move on from that car into something nicer, or didn't allow me to get my own house, you know, on the lake yet at 22. And, you know, I'm still young, and that's what I realized, is that it's not over for me. My life's not over because I took 2 major risks and failed. We're in control a lot of the times. A lot of people love control, and we'll react in a certain way so that we can feel like we're dominant. Bro, my dog, he's tied up to this ladder right now because he was choosing to try and eat deer poop out in the woods. And I was like, I'm going to let him find out for himself that this stuff does not taste good. I wouldn't recommend eating this. There could be bacteria in it. You never know. So I tied him up so he knows that's not something he can do. And another thing is, you probably thought I was standing this entire time, but I wasn't. I was on my knees in the wet grass, and now I have wet pants. And that used to bother me. I would hate to get wet clothing. Bro, it doesn't really matter. We're here existing. Let me feel the emotion of cold on my body from the water. You know, let it rain on me. Let it snow. And the last thing I'm going to leave you guys with is, you know, we think we always know what we want, but things will change with time, man. You know, the desires you had earlier on in your life, they'll change as you continue to get older. And if not, that's awesome, man. I'm glad that you found your way. I'm glad that you found your way, your passion. But, like, look at the weather. You know, it was just 70 degrees here in Michigan for 2 days straight, and now it's literally snowing and raining at the same time. You know, if Mother Nature can't make up her mind, we, as humans, don't have to make up our mind. It doesn't have to feel like such a high-pressure thing. Right? Like, I wanted to be a baseball player. I wanted to be a social media influencer, a motivational speaker, an actor, which is still something I want to do. I love acting, bro. I really think that's my passion. And I want to be able to reach people in a way that's, you know, insane. I want to direct movies that leave people speechless, crying, clapping at the end of the movies, man. It's awesome. So, Yeah, man, just try to stop taking things so seriously. You'll find peace in just the moment, in the quiet. There doesn't have to be the drama. There doesn't have to be the anger. There doesn't have to be the pain. And I'm not saying don't be emotionless, or I'm not saying be emotionless. Absolutely feel emotion, but be selective with it. Know when to use it.